Just trying to take my time, live my life, do things right every day. Life is not a game, nothing is the same. Everything is real, no time for play. Trying to take my time, live my life, do things right every day. Life is not a game, nothing is the same. Everything is real, no time for play. Trying to take my time, live my life, do things right every day. Life is not a game, nothing is the same. Everything is real, no time for play.
What's up, people? You with Nate the Great, and you lucky to be around. And I'm grateful to be around you. Definitely got that information that I want to share. And if you've been with me, you know that I've been strictly dealing with metaphysics or the spiritual aspect or side of the self. Okay? You know, we've been coming out of the book Kabbalion and staying in line with that type of information. I now want to come out of a book titled Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. That's Dr. Joe, Dispenza. And like always, this is what I do. I come to you with the truth. Reconditioning the body to a new mind. That's the topic that you're going to deal with in this video. In this chapter, we're going to discuss how to do a breathing technique we use before we start many of our meditations. I'm going to explain it in detail. We want to skip through that and get right to the good part. All right? Just give me a minute and I will extract the meat of the matter. Okay, let's go here. Thoughts cause biochemical reactions in your brain that releases chemical signals. And those chemical signals make the body feel exactly the way you were just thinking. Those feelings then cause you to generate more thoughts that make you feel the same way you were just thinking. Now, some words we may go over and you may not, or I may not pronounce them clearly. At that point, I will spell the word out or we will look it up. Okay? A good drink for the day. Gotta keep the fluid, the body liquidated. Keep the fluids in the body, lubricate the bones, the spine. You know, the spine is the most important bone in the body that has to stay moist at all times. All right? Let's keep that in mind. And sometimes we can intake things that will dry the spine out. So conscious. Keep conscious of consuming things that will dry you out, such as cigarettes, smoke, because you have to lubricate your spine that much more because of the constant bending and moving around. And this is oftentimes the cause of the pain, is due to the dryness of the spine. All right, so that's a health note there. I'm gonna try to keep a video, I guess 15 minutes. Let me see how long I can run this. I'm gonna do a 15-minute video for each one that I do. So I want to move right on ahead into our information. So your thoughts drive your feelings, and your feelings drive your thoughts. So your thoughts drive your feelings, and your feelings drive your thoughts. And eventually, this loop hardwires your brain into the same pattern, which conditions your body into the past. And because emotions are a record of past experiences, if you can't think greater than how you feel, this feeling loop keeps you anchored to your past and creates a constant state of being. This is how the body becomes the mind, or in time, how your thoughts run you and your feelings own you. So once your body becomes the mind of that emotion, your body is literally the past. And since your body is your unconscious mind, it is so objective that it does not know the difference between the experience in your life that creates the emotion and the emotion you are creating by thought alone. Once you are caught in this thinking, feeling loop, the body believes it is living in the same past experience 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The body believes it's in the same past experience because to the body, the emotion is literally the experience. Let's say you've had a few difficult experiences in your life that have branded you emotionally, okay? If you never got over that fear, bitterness, frustration, and resentment, those experiences engendered. All right? I mean, it stayed there. It kept haunting you. So every time you have an experience in your eternal environment that is similar in the same way to what happened previously, the experience triggers you, and you feel the same emotion that you did at the time of the first event. Once you feel the same emotion you felt 30 years ago when the event initially occurred, it's quite possible that you will behave in the same way you did at the time because those emotions are driving your conscious or unconscious thoughts and behaviors. Now, those emotions have become so familiar to you that you believe that's who you are. By the time you are in the mid-30s, you keep thinking, acting, and feeling the same way without changing anything about yourself. And the majority of who you are becomes the memorized set of automatic thoughts, reflective emotional reactions, unconscious habits and behaviors, subconscious beliefs and perceptions, and routine familiar attitudes. In fact, 95% of who we are as adults is so habituated through repetition that the body has been programmed to be the mind, and the body, not the conscious mind, is running the show. Okay? The body, not the conscious mind, is running the show. That means everything get up, clockwork. I jump out the bed, brush your teeth. It's like routine. I could see a program of an individual the same way every day. I could wait on the corner and catch you riding by in your vehicle at 8:09. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. That means that only about 5% of who we are is conscious, and the remaining 95% is a subconscious body-mind program. So in order to create something significantly different in our lives, we must find a way to pull the mind out of the body and change our state of being, which is exactly what the meditation is all about. Now, we're going to get into the energy stored up in the body and how we store this energy in our body, and what type of energy should you store in your body. Okay, you have to watch the energy that's around you. Remember, in the book that we read or other videos of the Kabbalion, we know that everything vibrates. If we looking at it, that statement, then let's take it for what is presented and act in accord and as such. All right, because I vibrate. I know that I'm a vibrant being. You'll know if you're a vibrant being when you start having cause and effects on events and situations in your life, in your area, in your circumference, and all things around you. All right. Now let's look at how the think and feeling loop works in relation to the body's energy centers. What's the body's energy centers? We'll get into that later on. Especially the first three, the survival centers, where it causes the most problems. That's because most people's thoughts and feelings activate those energy centers. Each of the body's energy centers has its own individual energy, information, glands, hormones, chemistry, and neural secretory. Oh man, I know I'm not pronouncing this right, so let's try it again. That neural circuitry. That's what is indicated here. Okay. So, that neural circuitry, meaning how your nerves flow throughout the whole skeleton and its own individual mini brain or mind or reality. Each has a mind of its own. All right? So that means I control these cells. I control the blood. I got a car washing system in my body, and as the blood flows through it, I send through it different messages and information so that it will travel and carry out exactly that which it is intended. You see? So we're going to stop here. And that's going to be enough. I think that's enough to chew on. Let that sink in and marinate a little bit. And let's rise from it. Too much of information at any one given time, I think, isn't proper. For I can learn from just one word, one symbol. And that's all life is. So until the next time, it's a good thing that you've been around, and the information that you heard, may it serve you well. I'm Nate the Great. Share this video if you will. Peace, light, and love.